Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. We start another week, and to be honest, to just wrap everything up, it's going to be another shakeup, of course. We can't go without 1 week with it being completely quiet. But this week is special when it comes to the shakeups in particular, and it is the full moon lunar eclipse that's going to be on Thursday. I'm going to walk you through every day, and we're going to get to that crescendo, and then things is going to calm down. So let's jump right into it. Monday, we don't have much going on at all. And a matter of fact, on Monday and Tuesday, there's not much going on at all. And that the aspects that I bring to you is just going to be, because they should be noted, to be honest. We still have Sun in Scorpio. We have Moon in Aries on Monday. And we have Jupiter still in Aquarius. That's not going to leave until the top of the year. The top of next year. Nevertheless, we're going to have all this drive. We're going to have passion, ambition, and all this extra energy and creativity within us. And we're going to want to do all the things. But with Moon not aspecting much of nothing, all that energy that we have is just going to be burning. It's like the car just to be running. And we can be reckless and decide we're going to drive any way that we want to, and we're going to disregard everybody else on the road and cause more problems than it's worth. Moon in Aries, I will suggest today, because we're not going to know what to do with ourselves. Funnel that energy into something more productive, opposed to trying to make something work that is not working on your behalf. You're only going to be beating your head up against the wall, trying to fix something, trying to mitigate something, trying to patch something together that's just not working. Let it go. Nevertheless, you can still use that energy, and you can funnel it towards watching an old TV show that made you laugh or bring back good memories. You can bring it into a creative pursuit that you want to do. Spend time with your children. Do something childlike. Something that's going to center you to some degree. We do have Sun in Scorpio still shining a light on the things that is hardest for us to let go of. We still have to come to terms with the new beginning that we are bringing into our lives, right? If we're bringing in a new beginning into our lives, that means that we have to say goodbye to the old. Scorpio season is a season about death and decay, but it brings such beauty in the spring. We got to be willing to let the process do what it do, period. And today will be a good day to funnel that energy into seeing what are those shadow aspects within itself that Scorpio season is shining a light on. What is it that we can funnel this energy into that will best benefit us, opposed to us chasing our own tail? Tuesday, Moon enters Taurus Tuesday evening. Moon will be sextiling Jupiter. So we're going to have more of a positive outlook on how we feel today. Today being Tuesday. Because on Monday, we had all this extra energy and we didn't know what to do with it. People are more instinctually tied to their emotions on Monday. But on Tuesday, Moon is exalted. It likes its Venusian things. It likes its good food. It likes its good TV. It likes its warm and cuddly clothes. It likes leisure of every means necessary. This is Tuesday evening, by the way. So whatever it is that you couldn't necessarily do, don't break yourself down. Moon is going to be sextiling Jupiter, so we're going to have more of an upbeat disposition about us. We're going to feel nicer and lighter and happier and more easygoing Tuesday evening. So don't dig yourself in a hole on Monday. Wednesday, I call it emergency day. So, don't trip, but I had to write a lot of notes on this one. Moon will be trining Venus, and at the same time, it will be in opposition to Uranus. And Moon will also be in opposition to Mars. Venus will be entering shadow on Wednesday. And then we'll have Mars in opposition to Uranus. What does this all mean? It's a bunch of Uranus placements that is in play here. But for us in particular, to wrap it up, it feels like that we actually got a handle on an emergency that happened to pop up into our lives unexpectedly, that now we have to figure out. And with just trying to figure that out, something else of greater of emergency or just as great is going to pop off, and we're going to find ourselves jumping from one lava lake to the other and trying to make best of what it is that we're trying to hold together, whether that is your plans of any kind, whether that is a relationship, whether that is a hobby, that is a job, that is a project, that is a life direction. You know, something is going to come about to shake us up in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether that is good or bad. I don't know what it's going to be for you, but just know whatever the shakeup is going to enhance whatever life trajectory that you are on for the better. Even if that is just a grand idea that you share with the workplace. Who knows? You know, we got to think smarter and not harder about whatever it is that's coming into play. If you happen to be one of those people that have been diligently trying to lay down a firm foundation for, you know, this North Node going into Taurus, good luck. I'm not saying that in a vindictive way whatsoever. It's beautiful that you are doing that for yourself. But are we the all-knowing? We are not. So when it comes to the plans that we've combed over diligently, doesn't mean that Spirit doesn't see something better for you, right? And sometimes that better happening for you can come in an unexpected surprise. It can be a new patient. It can be a new client. It can be a new venture in your money. It can be more investing. It can be a whole plethora of things that can come about to help you along your path. But if this unexpected thing happens, guess what you will have to do? You will have to shift everything else around it in order to incorporate it into your life. Same thing if it's something horrible that happens to you. I'm not praying that horrible things happen to you. Hopefully it's just a hiccup. But whatever that may be for you, it's going to work out for our best benefit, even if we happen to be on the low end of that and we see something go into total breakdown. I also said that Moon is in Taurus still. And with Moon still being in Taurus, we're looking for our comfort. Regardless of this emergency or unexpected thing that happens to you, just know that at the end of the day, you have to make decisions for yourself. And regardless of the plans that you make, if you do not put you first, then everything else that you are trying to grasp for will literally slip through your fingers because you weren't a component in it. I don't care if you have children. I don't care if you have a husband. I don't care if you have a job. I don't care. I get it. These things are important to you and that these aspects in your life will bring you the happiness that you're looking for in some way, shape, or form. However, you know, if you're not equating or yourself in these plans, then how are they going to best benefit you in any regard? What else did I put here? I also put that, you know, risky, shaky ground sometimes brings a different perspective in what we were doing to begin with, right? Sometimes that this unexpected whatever can just be something that is shining a light on your shadow side. Maybe it's something that you need to put in check that nobody else knew that you were dealing with or has to deal with other than God himself. Maybe this is to blow your mind, to help you push yourself into a different pivot point or position so you can go upon the life path that you've always been trying to get to. But I tell you what, being comfortable in what you've always done will never shift you to where you need to be. This is a beginning. Wednesday, we also have, is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. Um, um, Venus will be moving out of shadow as well, or into shadow. I'm sorry. Not moon. Venus will be moving into shadow, and with her eventually going into retrograde later down the line, she's going to come back to this point. So whatever is happening right now is something to be duly noted, because within the next 6 months, it's going to come into fruition. You know, time is not linear for everybody. What God is doing for me in my life and what is going on for my timeline in my life is not what's going on in your life. Nevertheless, what Wednesday has to bring is something that's going to shake up us in some way, shape, or form or fashion. The bell rings on Wednesday, but that doesn't mean that whatever happens on Wednesday is going to happen to me exactly that day. It might fall out for me over the course of the weekend. You know, the beginnings of that breakdown might start on Wednesday, but you won't see the full crescendo of it until a month and a half from now. But you can pin it back to today or when the breakdown started to happen. You know, but with perspective and with introspective perception and pulling yourself above the fray, you're going to be able to look at things from a different abstract point of view. You know, just know that this week is going to push you in ways that you never thought that you would have to, for the benefit of you. We have to think differently. We have to communicate differently. We have to move differently. And not just for us, but for the world we navigate in. Some systems just don't work anymore. And because you have found a way of learning to love the dysfunction you are in, doesn't mean that there's something better waiting for you. How do you know if the new thing works if you've never tried? How do you know that that accidental experiment is actually a hit if you didn't make the mistake? Be open to change on Wednesday. Be open to new functions. Be open to new systems. Be open to new ways of thinking. Be open to a new way of expressing yourself. Be open on Wednesday. Thursday, we have Mercury trining Venus, and Venus will also be trining Uranus, and the lunar eclipse is on Thursday. I literally put, we have to be open to the new opportunities and possibilities that the universe is trying to bring into our lives. Uranus being in Taurus is not comfortable. Uranus is exalted in Scorpio. It's on the other side of the zodiac, the polar opposite. Taurus is a fixed sign where it doesn't want to move. However, Uranus says, you know what? You have to move in this area in order to bring to fruition anything that it is that you're truly asking for. Take a real sharp look at that area in your life and ask yourself, what is it that I'm unwilling to budge here when it comes to my values? How I make my money? What is important to me? What is my esteem? How do I show up to me? Be open to the possibilities. Friday, Moon enters Gemini. It will be conjuncting North Node in Gemini. And Moon will be trining Saturn. We're figuring out what it is that we need to lay into our life now. With North Node in Gemini conjuncting the moon in Gemini, and it trining Saturn. We're going to have a bunch of communications. Moon in Gemini likes to communicate to begin with anybody that's willing to listen. So we're going to be more talkative more than ever on Thursday. Not Thursday, but on Friday. And actually hear the feedback that we need. A lot of mutual conversations here. You know, I'm sure that a lot of us are going to be talking about the unexpected whatever that showed up in our lives. Whether that was a breakdown in relationships, quitting a job, assuming a new role at a job, you know, a milestone in our children's lives, or how we go about navigating our own spiritual growth, for crying out loud. We're going to be able to have really good conversations that will highlight what it is that we need to know about our internal state within itself, how we feel about the events that just passed. Friday is a good day to talk. If you don't feel like you need to talk to anybody, journal, sing, speak out loud, talk to yourself. But I promise you it will be more beneficial if you can find one person that you can speak to. If you don't feel like speaking, go into these apps that we have now. There's, I think it's called Wisdom. There's Clubhouse. And you can literally go on these apps and go into rooms where there's a topic of discussion that you want to hear about or even join into, and just listen. Sometimes that helps. This week is primarily centered around Wednesday and Thursday, which is the lunar eclipse. It's a window of opportunity to see what it is that's the Taurus, Scorpio axis with the north and south nodes being there for the next 18 months. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. And as much as we want to go from one dramatic and intense and elevating experience to the next, sometimes we have to process all of that. And this week gives us time to process in between the chaos. So be grateful for it. And just know that our lives are kicking into gear to something completely different. That whether you realize it right now or not is going to be a benefit to you. But we all have to dig into that pit of our soul to realize that Spirit has something better and grander for us as long as we are willing to co-create with God to get there. Be diligent about the foundation that you want to lie down, not just for you, but the collective we serve, the people you come in contact with the children we leave behind. We're all rising our vibrations. We're all assuming into this new skin. We're breaking out of our cocoons, and we're just able to see beyond that cocoon, but we're not out all the way. We're not. Eventually, we'll be able to pull ourselves out and flap our wings and realize that we can fly. But in order to get there, there's still a little bit more work that we need to do on our own behalf. Don't shy away from it. Believe me, every bit of strife and struggle and difficulty that you have went through in your life is not all done in vain. It's for you to learn the lesson, for you to level up, evolve as an individual, and to help the next person that you see has been in the very same predicament as you. But what great are we to any individual out there on earth if we don't take the time to diligently look at what it is that we need to do on the inside of us and trust that God is actually bringing us to that fulfillment. Don't shy away from the unexpected surprise you might get this week, good, bad, or indifferent. Just know that it's working for your betterment. With that being said, let's get into the tarot. Lord, I come to you and I ask that my own intellect does not skew the message, but enhance the message. You know that I wholeheartedly put every bit of what I know, whether it's the wisdom, the knowledge, and the skill that I've learned over time to help the collective as a whole. I pray that my own intellect does not muddle down this message, does not bring down the concentration of what it is that you want us to focus on. I pray that my spiritual team, my ancestors, my angels, my higher self, all come into alignment to touch those who need to be touched by this message, for it to fall on the ears for those who need to hear it, and that it falls upon the eyes for those who need to see it. In your grand, marvelous, wonderful name, higher self, grand architect of the universe, worthy to be praised. Amen. I say, amen. Tarot. We're going to dig deeper into this week and what it is that we need to focus on as a collective, not as an individual. Though this message may speak to you individually, apply it where it fits best for you and leave the rest that does not resonate. Central issue, and I'm using the Hermetic Tarot. I will be clarifying with another tarot reader here on YouTube. Her name is the Ghetto Nun. This is her deck. It's called Tune In Deck, and I will clarify with this one today. Central issue for us all. Sorry, that was wrong. Temperance. Being patient. Acclimatizing our old and our new and bringing it all into harmony. Us finding a balance with our higher self and our lower self. What we need to let go of and what we need to make space for. And what we need to bring in new. Our own temperament. What is keeping us in spiritual limbo, opposed to actually ebbing and flowing with what we need to incorporate and what we need to throw away. Temperance. It's our central issue. But the seed in the upright shows that we are actually taking the time to do this as a collective, or the collective that I'm speaking to. You know, we are actually trying to facilitate and co-create with God when it comes to whatever our path may be bringing us. We're keeping space. Temperance is Sagittarius. It's a mutable sign. You know, we're able to shake and move as we should and incorporate exactly what it is that we need and what we don't need in order to move forward. It's a beautiful thing. What's our block? The Lovers, making a decision. Making a decision. This is a head over heart, heart over head decision. With the shakeups coming up this week, for a lot of us, I won't be shocked if we happen to see something collectively in the news with all the talking heads always talking to us about something, you know. But we're all going to be shooketh in some way, shape, form, or fashion when it comes to a decision that we need to make. You know, COVID is a real thing that we live in, and currently America is torn. Should I, should not take the jab? You know, that's a decision that a lot of people are being doubled down upon when it comes to their livelihood. That horror is a real horror for people, you know, having to make a decision like that. For others, it might not be COVID at all. It might just be a marriage. Should I stay? Should I go? Should the kids live with me? Shouldn't they? What am I going to do about my finances? Money is drying up. Should I? Shouldn't I? This is a plethora of decisions we need to make. If it has no one involved and it's just you, are you going to take your inner healing seriously? Are you going to level up? Are you going to go back to the dysfunction you call normal? You have a decision. We all have free will. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The heart of the matter. King of Pentacles. This is financially being stable. This is not just financially being stable. This is being stable in the physical sense of the material plane that we live in. He is a king of his domain. This king just doesn't take care of business, but he also takes care of home. He is the ideal father figure. I understand that we have women here, but don't take the gender at face value at all. This is somebody that's more than capable of taking care of home and family. This is somebody that is able to foresee its goals and accomplish those goals in a steady manner. This is Taurus, okay? This is Taurus. North Node is going into Taurus soon, and the full lunar eclipse is going to be a Taurus full moon. So, this stability, this surety that we have in our physical plane is going to be rocked. But as of right now, we are okay. In the past, Knight of Swords, fastest knight in the deck. This knight brings swift and fast communication. Absolutely. So we've gotten a heads up about whatever this may be. We've gotten information, some way, shape, form, or fashion, from a coworker, from your best friend, from your husband, from your kids, from your higher self, from your spirit team, from your ancestors, a video on YouTube, a TikTok video, a post on Instagram. We've gotten an aha epiphany moment. We definitely know the information that we do have, and it's going to become very relevant to us soon. But whatever this information is, we've already gotten it. And of course, have these cards fit in your life where they didn't fit for you. Above it all, the Eight of Wands in reverse. We've gotten information in the past. However, above it all and what's going on in our current state is that there's a delay. There's a blockage to our travel, our communication, in some way, shape, or form, or fashion. Honestly, this feels like that we're waiting. We're waiting. There's a delay. We have to find patience in what it is that we have to make a decision on. Regardless of the decision that we have to make, we know we're doing good right now with this King of Pentacles at the heart of the matter. Above the matter, there's a block. Excuse me. In our travel, in our communication. That's all I'm getting right now. There's a delay. Let me get rid of that. Anyhow. Sorry about that. Princess of Swords is the near future. So this is small communication that we are either giving or somebody is giving us. Whatever it is that we've been waiting on, that delay in communication or travel or a block in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it seems like it's going to come to a head and it's going to crack. You're going to get some information that's going to serve you some good. This comes out in the upright, so there's no further delay on what it is that you've been waiting on. Or further information that you need to bring into your plans. Something else we have to incorporate with making our final decision. Right? Not bad. In the approach, Five of Pentacles, feeling like that we're not good enough. We're not asking for help. We're not opening up our mouths. We're in a place of lack. Feel it's a poverty mentality. Where's our self-worth? It's feeling like we're being shut out in the cold. That regardless of what we do, it's not enough. When everything is showing me that I don't know what your situations may be, but I know mine. And is everything exactly where it needs to be according to the status quo? No. But I do know that I am being guided by my inner compass right now. And regardless of what the world tries to tell me that my life is right now, I can look around and I can say, you know what? I have a warm home. My internet's on. I'm still serving the collective. I'm working to better myself. I have a car that's running. It's paid off. I have this, that, and the third. I'm not homeless. I have food full of refrigerator full of food. My daughter's safe. My boys are fine. I have absolutely nothing to worry about right now. This is not being a flex. Because if you truly knew what I was in right now, you'd be like, well, damn. Okay? But I have to bring myself back to that. Because God lives in the now. Right now. The first time I said that, that was the past. He lives right now, the present. And sometimes thinking about everything else will weigh you down. But if you stay in the present and you realize what it is that you can be grateful for right now, this feeling is not so bad. But I will say, I don't feel great that collectively this is where we stand. This is how we feel. And you know what? That has to be recognized. That's why I showed up. Don't beat yourself up. In the unexpected, King of Wands. This is somebody that is assertive, that is bold, that wants to make some things happen, move and shake. It wants to get some shit done. I like this king because he is determined more than ever. He's fiery, he's bold, he's creative, he's assertive. All the kings are, but not like the King of Wands. If you want some drama, if you want some fireworks, he's going to bring it in the most creative and most stylish and the most dapper and the most debonair and the most loud and the most way. You know what? I'm going to stop that. Nevertheless, this King of Wands, he has ambition, he has drive, he has passion, he's instinctive, he is intelligent, he is creativity. He is that passion within your soul. I don't know why I'm going so deep on this King of Wands. I don't know. This might be somebody that makes you hot. We'll say that. I don't know where this is coming from. But somebody of a fiery dynamic. This is, King of Wands is Leo. This is a confident man. This is a man that holds royalty within his blood. Why am I digging so deep in this King of Wands? This must be somebody y'all into. Or somebody that's going to be bringing some beautiful news to you. For sure. This is the unexpected. I want to clarify that card. Things was getting a little hot and heavy with him. In the Hope Spheres Catch-22 card, this is the Queen of Swords. She don't play no games, baby. Look at this. She got that man's head in her hand, okay? She's holding no prisoners. Queen of Wands. She uses her intellect and her intuition. She has a beautiful mind. She's able to make clear, firm, but fair decisions. She's been through the most, though. She's the only queen that was not born a queen. She worked her ass off from rags to flipping queendom, okay? But to get there, she used her intellect. She used her communication. She used the skillfulness of her mind to make the decisions that she has. And she's able to rule the kingdom that she now has a domain over in order to rule justly with that intuition of hers. Clearly, precise. She's wisdom. She's knowledge. I believe that this is definitely a hope that we'll be able to also use our own logic and our rationale and our intuition all intertwined in order to come to this decision that we have to make. This is our block. What better attribute to have than Queen of Swords to help you make a decision? Outcome. You got Fortitude in reverse. This is Leo. This is the Strength card in reverse. What's keeping? It brings me right back to the Five of Pentacles. This card showing up tells me that we do have the strength. We just feel like we don't. Leo rules the heart and the spine. Are you digging into your heart space for truly what it wants to express? Leo rules the 5th house of creativity, of children, of romance, and sexual pursuits, risk and reward. We have to have confidence about the decision that we have to make, because regardless if you're going to make it or not, life is going to push you along the way, period. We can't go back. I will never be 21 again. I'm 37. You know? Life pushes us forward whether we're ready or not. But Spirit has given us an opportunity to actually sit in our heart space. Maybe this is a heart over mind decision. It will be smart of us to use our intellect, to use our intuition, our skillful rationale and logic. This is driving me insane. To use our intellect in order to make decisions that we need to. But anything that we've learned in order to really take us to another level when it comes to our spiritual growth, we have to bust that heart chakra wide open. You can do all the mind thinking, but the mind is limited. Limited. God lives in love. God does not live in rationale and logics and statistics and numbers and facts. I mean, he can show himself, absolutely, you know. But when you dig into that heart space, it opens you up to possibilities and abstract and beliefs and ideas way grander than you can possibly ever believe. If you get stuck in logic and not use your intuition, you're only going to be surrounding yourselves with opportunities or outcomes that you possibly think that you see, that you can come up with, and that's it. However, if you dig into your heart space and acclimatize your heart and your mind in order to find what it is that you're looking for, in order to make the decision that you need to, you'll be making a decision in confidence from a heart space and understanding that the strength that you have within yourself is going to be able to hold you up in order to move forward. You got to get rid of this poverty mentality, this lack. It serves no one. Absolutely no one. Not even you. Bottom of the deck, we got 2 of Pentacles. We're juggling. This decision that we need to make, you know, is not just the mental one. You know, we're literally pulled between endings and beginnings and the old and the new and so forth and so on. We got to find a space that we want to live in. Do you want to be in the past and continue your life as you know it, the way that you've always done it, South Node? Or do you want to go towards your future, North Node? If you're going to go towards your future, you're definitely going to have to use faith. Because if you're looking at your tangible world and it doesn't add up and you're still juggling between the two, you're going to be sitting up there juggling a whole lot longer. And eventually you're going to have to drop one. Eventually. Let's clarify some things. In the past, what was this? This is going to bring more context. In the past, what was the information that the collective came into? What is this information that the collective came into? Scream. Oh, wow. Scream. This is grudges, fear, terror, stalking, horror, backstabbed, masked individual. This is, I don't know. I literally see Scorpio. Maybe it's just the freaky looking mask, that looks like a skull. But this is fear. I use the COVID analogy. But if we're talking about the collective, this is very much a real fear. But if we want to bring it down to scale in our individual lives, then this is something that we've run across before that actually shook us up. And opposed to actually doing something about it, we ain't think that it was as serious as the threat that it claimed itself to be. The threat doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get you now, sucker. Meet me outside. Catch me outside, right? It don't necessarily have to be that. It can literally be, Spirit told me I need to stop doing this. I need to go in this direction. I need to let this go. And we're refusing not to. You know why it's so hard to let go? It's because it's all you know. It's what you're used to. It's what you're conditioned to take. Spirit says it's time to move beyond that. Get beyond this fear. And have faith that whatever it is that God has been working with you and you've been co-creating for your own life, whether that is a spiritual evolution or, moving forward prosperously and abundantly in your life, you got to let go of some traumas. We got to let go of some fears. We got to let go of some shadow stuff that it's not working for our benefit. Whether that shows up in the collective in the way that all of America works or in our individual life. What is this delay? The Eight of Wands above it all. What is this delay? What is this delay? Two came out. Gone with the Wind. Tragedy, back off, civil war affairs, rivals, jealousy, torn between. And then the second card that came out was American History X. Game over. Civil rights, knowledge, volatile, weapons, broken home, anger, prison, rehabilitation. I'm not going to hold any bars, y'all. This feels like a real game changer about how America's going to move. I felt that heavy. And what stuck out of all these cards was rehabilitated, rival, civil war, jealousy. I want to talk about my first ping first, and that is we've gotten inklings about the direction in which America is going. Of course, politics is going to play politics. Of course, the talking heads is going to talk. But majority of us now and today realize that majority of our information that we get does not come from watching the news. It's coming from how this world actually interacts with my own personal world. And I make a decision off of that, right? But with this fear mongering in the country right now, it's not going to die down. And people are definitely going to choose sides of where they stand. And it's going to rev up, for sure. I think that it being in delay is actually giving us time. God has given us time to actually make decisions that we need to for ourselves in order to navigate the world that we're going to be embarking upon. I'm not saying that it's all doom and gloom and nobody's going to be millionaires and nobody's going to be able to have that marriage and nobody's going to be able to have those children and nobody's going to be able to level up. I'm not saying that. But America's going to go through some real trying times, for sure. Where you stand all depends on if you're listening to your higher self and you're paying attention to where God is trying to navigate you to. That way you're in a place of protection, safety. If I bring this down to a personal perspective for us, opposed to the grand scheme of America. This feels like a drop down, drag out argument, fight, something with somebody, you know, that we either had in the past or still trying to mitigate in our present right now. It feels like that we already know that whatever this is not working for us. But we're still sitting on the fence. This is above it all. This is the Eight of Wands. This is the delay. This is what's not coming into us. This is what we're waiting for. Why wait when you know what it is? It's not good communication. It's not somebody looking for your benefit. I mean, come on. The attributes and the variables that describe these cards are overwhelmingly on the low vibrating end of things. We've already been seeing in the past what we're contending with in order to make a decision. What is this information that we're coming into in the near future? The Princess of Swords. In the near future, what is this communication? What is this communication? Ooh, I'll take the first one. And that was Beyonce, Crowned. Destiny, Halo, Honey, Exclusive. Household name, Beehive, Fierce, Blue, Beauty, Twins, Babies. Crowned is what pops out for me. This feels like you know what was promised to you. That small voice on the inside of you knows what has been promised to you. You see it, you know it, you can feel it. Your gut reminds you all the time of what it is that spirit is trying to get you to. You're going to have something that reinforces those very thoughts in the direction in which you need to go. Making your decision a lot easier to make once this information comes into you. King of Wands. Who is this King of Wands? Ooh, that came out quick. Ooh, the Matrix. Decoded. God-given. No weapon formed. Possibilities. The Chosen. The Oracle. Red pill, blue pill. I think this King of Wands is us. This King of Wands is us. It's not shocking to me because, you know, we came out as Fortitude, which is the Strength card, which is Leo still. The King of Wands is Leo as well. But seeing that this says the Matrix on it, this is what we're breaking out of. This is what we're breaking out of. That's why this decision we have to make is so flippin' pivotal for us. That's why it's so potent for us. That's why it's so strenuous for us to want to make a decision. For those who have been out of the Matrix for a long time, it's not a hard decision for us to make. But if you're one of those people that have been toting the line, you don't know exactly what it is that you need to do, you're definitely going to be asked in some way, shape, form, or fashion, in some area in your life, are you going to go back to sleep or are you going to wake the fuck up? And if you do, are you going to be assertive enough to make those plans come to fruition? Are you going to be able to walk away from what no longer serves you? The King of Wands, he keeps things moving. He damn sure ain't staying in a space that's going to keep him stagnant. All the attributes that I was given to this king are literally as what is inside of you. I did feel a little hot and heavy. But if I feel this way about breaking out of the Matrix, oh yes. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Bring some more. And if that's the type of attitude I need in order to move forward to trailblaze my life, to trailblaze the direction that I'm going, You best believe it. You're going to need a big pair of balls. If you're one of those people that say, F this job, I quit. Yeah, I've been married for 24 years, and you ain't it. I've been a doormat to all my friends, and no longer. You're going to need a huge pair of balls to walk away from the world as you know it. Strength in reverse. You think you're actually going to get there without shriveling up and going back to where you used to be? Because it didn't work out exactly the way that you thought it will, like a fairy tale? No, life doesn't work that way. We got to make room for adjustments. And that's what Spirit has been doing with us for the last 2 weeks. Stand firm and upright. Stand firm. Because you're going to have a lot of opposition and a lot of people that's not going to like the decisions that you make best for you. Flame them all. That's what I say. You know what's for you. Don't let nobody else make you think otherwise or put you in a space that you're less than, that you have a lack, that you don't have it. And if it isn't someone else, then your own self-talk. Fix that, please. We're better than this. We are this. Bottom of the deck. Beautiful. We got Nipsey Hussle, y'all. Nipsey Hussle. God will rise. Viscerally lap. Marathon. Self-made. The grind. Leveling up. Hustle and motivate. Advocate. And also divine masculine. We got the King of Wands. We got the King of Pentacles. We got Temperance here, which is Sag, which is masculine energy. We got Strength. It came out in reverse, but you know what I'm saying. You need to turn this upright. This is Leo. This is our masculine energy, people. Masculine energy. I don't care if you're a female or a male. It doesn't matter. We hold both energies within ourselves. God is asking us to make a decision for ourselves in order to move forward. And in order to move forward, we have to step into our divine masculine energy to trailblaze that direction. No one's going to make you do nothing. You got to be willing and able and willing to do it for yourself. No, we're not going to be able to see what is on the other side and what God is trying to bring us. Life doesn't work that way. We have to literally take a leap of faith. You got to have strength. You got to have courage. You got to have temperance. You got to have patience. You got to have creativity. You got to have passion. You got to have soul. You got to have these things. You got to have these things. God gives you everything that you need in order to propel yourself forward. You can shrivel up and die and believe in the old narrative that you are less than, that you are not enough, that you are not worthy, that you live in a poverty, lack mentality, and you will always be there. You are worthy. You are capable. You do have it within you. Find that fire within. Use your divine masculine energy, people. Be assertive for you. That is our message via tarot. And I will bring one oracle card. Just one. Spirit, collectively, what should we... I have two other oracle decks, but I wanted to use this one. Collectively, where do you want us to be? What should we focus on in particular? Is there a particular sign, house, placement, aspect, asteroid, something that will highlight this message that will bring it home? Something that I did not discuss, something that you want to reiterate. Bring a space and time for you now to bring that into fruition. waiting, but I didn't shuffle this deck beforehand. Ooh, that flew out. Ooh, 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 ooh. I mean, what is the coincidence? I'll take all three. The first card that flew out, though, was Saturn. Saturn. Saturn is discipline in this deck. Structure, responsibility, Saturday, Capricorn, restriction, obstacles, trials, hard work, self-discipline, integrity, and patience. It's Saturn. Saturn is trying to get us to complete a major cycle and start a new one. Not just you as an individual, but as a collective whole. We are stepping up and we are evolving to the next level. And everybody's not going to be able to graduate to that next level because they did not put in the time. They did not put in the skill. They did not put in the work. They did not put in the discipline. They did not take the responsibility, the self-accountability. They did not do it. And there's going to be a lot of people that will scour at the decisions that they have to make with their lives. And some will gladly go back to their comfort zone. And then there's going to be others that will boldly move into their new destiny. Spirit will definitely stop you from moving forward in the way that you deem fit. If it did not pass the test, you did not gain that lesson, you did not gain that skill, you did not gain that mastery or maturity in whatever area in your life, you would definitely get a, nope, nah, can't do it. Can't do it. Saturn will stop you until you learn a lesson, until you master that skill, until you mature, until you take more self-accountability and responsibility on what it is that you need to do in order to propel your life better forward. Earth lessons. Reorientation. Awareness. 3D experience. Schooling. Duality. Human condition. Reality. Practicality. Physical body. Nature. Stability. And mission. This is what Saturn is trying to get us to do here on this earth. There's lessons that we need to learn. But one thing about Earth is, it is very tangible. It is 3D. It is what we see. It's the status quo that this window tells me that I have to live according to. To whose rules? We are learning our lessons. And we're realizing that the life that we live is much beyond this 3D that we are actually treading through. And some of the decisions that we have to make will be just either purely a 3D decision, or it can be a metaphysical one. It can literally be a thought pattern that we need to let go of that will literally benefit our regular lives, how we show up, what we are doing. Saturn is reiterating here. You came here to learn the lessons, okay? You signed up for this contract. We cannot run away from it. I have a mission. You have a mission. We all have a duty. But no, not everybody steps up to do it. Are you willing? The house that we need to be focusing on is the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of living debt. Living debt. Hopefully I said that right. Living debt. What do I mean by living debt? Living debt is the bills that we have to pay in order to get by every single month. It's your car note. It's your rent. It's your mortgage. It's the internet. It's your cable. It's buying clothes and food and things to get by every day. Our living debt. It is our health. It is how we go about our daily routine. How do you get to work every day? Who you chill with after work? You know, do you go work out every day? Nevertheless, 6th house has Virgo highlighted here. It's a Mercury sign. Habits, health, service, colleagues, employees, skills, workplace, daily routine. Intuition, diet, fitness, hygiene, checkups, and responsibilities. Insert here, right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle. Saturn and Earth is trying to get us to take responsibility of our day to day, how we show up. Not only at home, not only at work, not only with our friends, not only with our co-workers, not only with the people that we deem necessary to be in that inner circle. If we show up and we learn the lessons that we've been individually learning over time in our own lives, we're going to be able to show up in every area of our lives differently. The sixth house. This incorporates your neighborhood. This incorporates your job. This incorporates the people you live with. This incorporates your health. This incorporates it all. How will you show up? What is it the life that you're looking to change in your day to day? With that being said, people, that is your astrological weekday weather report. On Fridays on Clubhouse, you can follow me at 4sweetface. My club is Astro Tribe, and that's with a group of other individuals that are super close to my heart. In that club, I give the astrological weekend weather report, and I do bring out my tarot and my oracle cards in order to facilitate the messages. But I rehash Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to give us a little more idea of what it is that we're looking forward to and we have to navigate over the course of the weekend. Monday through Friday at Perspectives Edge. You can find me on TikTok, here on YouTube, and also Instagram at Perspectives Edge. Every day, Monday through Friday, I break down the astrological weather, and I do tarot and oracle to navigate the daily energies. Yeah. Hopefully this shows to serve you some good this week. I appreciate it. And nevertheless, please follow. Please subscribe. Please check out my website at perspectivesedge.com. And you'll see a myriad of services that I provide. Don't be shy. Peace out, people.